there, Sagittarius. How are you today? My name is Cheryl, and I'm here to do your weekly reading. Okay, this one's going to be for Monday, August 4th, right? Yeah, I got lost again. Through Thursday, August 7th. Okay, and this one right here is for my Sagittariuses. Okay, Sagittarius. Let's see what they say. All right, we're starting with the Eight of Pentacles, okay, followed by the Moon, and then I've got the Star card. That's your recent past or your backstory. Currently, I have you with the Emperor, Temperance, and the Page of Cups. In the near future, we're looking at the Three of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. All right. Bottom of the deck for this reading is the Hierophant. So the undercurrent to this entire reading has something to do with something that you are definitely, you have a higher level of commitment to. It doesn't have to be a relationship or a marriage. It could be a job or, I don't know, a project, a hobby. It could be almost anything. It can even be a way of thinking. But whatever it is, you have a higher level of commitment to this thing, okay? All right, so that's the undercurrent. The card at the center of your read is your card anyways. It's Temperance. So this is your card. Yeah, Temperance is your card. It's Sagittarius's card. So you're standing in your power for sure. But this is all about patience, finding a sense of balance and a sense of healing, okay? So let's see. We'll see how it all plays in. We're going to start with the recent past. You have Eight of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Star. Okay. The Moon is Pisces and the Star is Aquarius, if that makes any difference. But here, let's start from the beginning. Eight of Pentacles. So there was something in the recent past that you were all in on. I mean, 100% in on. No ifs, ands, or buts. This is something you invested heavily in, expecting eventually to be able to pull back out of it. If you, I mean, pull dividends back out of it is what I mean. Okay? However, there was something about the situation that you did not see clearly when you decided to go all in. There was something here, something that you weren't seeing clearly. So for some reason, your judgment was clouded when it came to this particular thing we're talking about. And the challenge in this situation is actually the Star card, which is not one you usually see in the challenge position, but at any rate, the challenge here was your eternal hope and faith. So what it means is this thing, you invested heavily, then you figured something else out about it that you hadn't seen clearly when you decided to invest in it, but you were obviously already in then. But you had this eternal well of hope and faith that it was going to get better. So for that reason, you continued to invest in something that was not necessarily in your best interest, okay? All right, so this is your recent past. We couldn't change it if we wanted to. However it played out is what's affecting the rest of this reading, okay? Okay, so now we've got that part. Now we're in the current. So currently we have you as we have the Emperor, Temperance, and the Page of Cups. I do believe you're presenting here as the Emperor. So you are definitely standing in your power because you're in charge of a kingdom, right? But it also means that you are very absolute about the things that you think. You're not really open to compromise. Everything's very black and white for you, okay? It's kind of like my way or the highway is more or less the attitude of the Emperor, okay? So that's your attitude right now. Then we have Temperance, okay? So this is you trying to be patient, looking for a sense of healing or balance. As the Emperor, you're okay. Well, there you go. And then what do we have in the challenge position? It's the Page of Cups. So to me, this means with the Page of Cups here that this is probably some sort of an apology that you need to bring forward for something, which is not easy, if even possible, for the Emperor to do. For some emperors, they just can't even do it. But I mean, I think you have the ability to do it, but it's not easy, okay? So you have obviously overstepped some sort of boundary or just flat gotten something wrong, okay? So you're self-aware enough to realize you've gotten it wrong, but it's a whole nother step for you to have enough within you to go apologize for whatever you've gotten wrong. That's the general consensus for what you have going on right now. And it's you have to make this apology, it would seem, so it must be a person, because you have to make this apology to something that you have a higher level of commitment to. It's something you had a higher level of commitment to is what happened back here where you didn't see things clearly, but you kept the hope and faith. Okay, let's keep going. Now we're going towards the future. What do you got in the future? Three of Pentacles, Five of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. So in the near future, what is on the chopping block is the only way I can describe what I see. What's on the chopping block is this whole deal that you have here. Whoever it is that you have this higher level of commitment with, that you've had all these issues with. That relationship, or, you know, that relationship is sitting on the chopping block, and it is over the Five of Swords, which is just conflict. And the conflict is over the fact that you did something that you need to apologize for, and you don't want to, I believe. Maybe because this could be tit for tat, right? They obviously misrepresented something. That's how we got the Moon card in the beginning. You held on anyways because you had hope and faith. Now you're the Emperor. There's something you've done wrong, possibly to get even, I don't know, that you need to apologize for. You're not doing it. By not doing it, though, this collaboration stands a chance at disbanding, being done, okay? With the Wheel of Fortune on the back end, it kind of speaks to the fact that whatever's happening here is part of a much bigger plan. So it's probably in your best interest to apologize. Don't get that part messed up, okay? I'm sure if you've done something that needs an apology, you should apologize. That is for certain, despite whatever else has been done in the situation. But however this is playing out is somehow part of a bigger plan, okay? So because the Wheel of Fortune's upright, it's spinning in your favor. It's just a matter of probably testing you to see how much humility you can have when it's necessary, or how self-aware you are, something along those lines. Okay, let me see what you got here. I've got the Hierophant, the Page of Wands, and the Five of Cups. The Hierophant being the higher level of commitment that I said you had here. The Page of Wands, this is all about you acting impulsively, somewhat foolishly. I mean, Page of Wands is a kid. That's how you're acting immaturely, or acting like a kid. Going after what you want and not necessarily paying a whole lot of mind to how it was going to affect other people or something like that. With the Five of Cups, the result is, you know, a sense of loss and regret. It's a sense of sadness over whatever you've done. Probably not over whatever you've done. The sadness is probably over the fact you got caught, to be honest. But at any rate, let's keep seeing what we got here. I've got the Magician, the Empress, and the Ten of Cups. You are trying to manifest this Empress into your life so you can achieve the Ten of Cups. I do not believe that that is possible to manifest this person into the position you want them to be in until you apologize. And if you don't, then I think the whole relationship is on the chopping block. Don't get too caught up in the male and female part of this whole thing. It's somebody who's presenting in their female here, but it could easily be male or female. Doesn't matter. We have both inside of us. But whoever it is, they're presenting in their feminine, and they're presenting as the ultimate in their feminine, okay? They're at the top of the heap. And they hold the key right now to your emotional fulfillment. But they're going to throw that key away and just walk away unless you can manage this apology and make things right, okay? Is what I see. That is your message for this week. All right, let's see what we get for the days. Monday, you've got the Two of Wands and the Death card. There has to be a transformation here, okay? Yeah, it's Two of Wands. You have to decide. Do you want this to transform? Do you want this to keep going, or do you want to let it go? That's kind of the decision you're faced with. Okay, Tuesday, I have the Chariot and the Six of Cups. This is something you have a ton of history with. And it stands to either ride fast into your life or ride fast out of it. Here again, it's all up to you. Wednesday, I have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So you're finding some kind of new inspiration towards a start or restart to this relationship. But still, it's up to you and your decisions. And Thursday, I have Four of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. You seem to know this is your wish fulfillment, but you're holding on to your ego, okay? Which is not very grounded right this minute, because it looks like your ego is in the wrong, right? You've done something here that needs an apology. Then you've done something incorrectly. So there you go. As always, it's really up to you, right? You have free will, but I'm just telling you what the cards say for this week. So no matter what the cards say, go out and make it the best week you possibly can. That's how you do this. But maybe it's time to check your ego a little bit and see what it is that's important to you, possibly. Okay? Alrighty, you guys. That is what I have. If anybody's looking for a private reading, just send me a message and I will get you the details. I will never reach out to you first. If somebody does, it's not me. Absolutely not. It's a scam, so treat it accordingly. And other than that, just go out and have a great day. Okay? All right, y'all. Thank you.